Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the NC State versus North Carolina college football matchup on Saturday, November 25th, 2023. Of course, it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year. It is College Football Saturday. I give out tons of free picks every day, but if you're looking for the games I'm betting, those are my premium picks that I put over at Pickdawgz.com under the premium picks tab. Use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays meant for people who make big bets. You can only get it by texting the number. So if you bet big, text. But let's get to this one. We've got NC State taking on North Carolina, and while a few weeks ago North Carolina looked like they were rolling towards possibly an ACC title game appearance, well, funny thing happened on the way to perfection. That is, well, a bunch of losses, losing to Virginia and Georgia Tech as massive double-digit favorites in those games, and then last time out losing to Clemson by 11 in Death Valley. Certainly no shame in that. I think, even though Clemson, not quite the Clemsons that we've seen in recent years of the college football playoff teams, but still, absolutely loaded top 5 recruiting classes every single year. And Death Valley, certainly not an easy building. But what we've seen from the Heels, though, is that just really have not been quite the same. The defense has just absolutely fallen to pieces. It wasn't a good defense to begin with, but even in the win versus Miami, we saw some weaknesses there. Then giving up the 31 to Virginia, 46 to Georgia Tech, 45 against Duke in the win, and 31 last week against Clemson. That just does not get it done. And I think even Mac Brown, the oldest coach in college football, he'll tell you the same thing. Meanwhile, for NC State, they've kind of turned it around after a little bit of a rough patch, and they've done it by playing defense. They've done it the opposite way. They gave up 28 last week against Virginia Tech. It was 6 against Wake, 6 against Miami, 17 in the win against Clemson. Ever since that Duke game and that game against Marshall where they gave up 41 points, well, the Wolfpack have been extremely tough on the defensive side of the ball. I like teams that play defense, especially in big-time rivalry games, and especially, in spots where you seem to have a team where, most of the betting public and most of the fans out there, not us, right, but most of the fans, they love offense, right? So they see Drake May, they see the Carolina Tarheels, and it's just like they're just enamored with that sort of stuff. But those of us that bet on football, we know that the games are won, especially big-time games and rivalry games and playoff-type games and championship games. Those are won on the defensive side of the ball, and this is going to be one of those things where it's like Carolina might have all of those things on the offensive side, but I'll tell you what, in these type of games, I'll go defense 100% of the time. I'm going to take NC State, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at Sports Chat Place. They're going to tell you how often historically the bets on the board today have hit. Then pair them with today's odds, putting you on the most favorable bets on the board.